has been really going all out to try to help his father's book, The Life and Times of Sports Writer Pete Finney, to sell it and really sort of getting out there and promoting it. And then I realized why last week when Peter Finney Sr. passed away. Lots of people say he might have been a classier guy who's ever been in the press box. I knew Peter a little bit. He's always a sweet man, nice man, polite man, not ostentatious, really good writer, thorough reporter. And so the profession lost another one. The reason I brought that up is we're losing the dinosaurs, Tom.
Yeah.
And the guys who reigned supreme, like Blackie Sherrod gone, Jim Murray gone, etc. So Furman Bisher gone. Things that people that were household names to guys like me growing up, who would now, of course, if they were in this profession, they would be miserable. But back in the day, you have to remember one thing. Sports columnists, really good ones, they were big stars.
You mean like Buddy Martin?
No, he was never at that level.
Well, and the industry has changed so much with the internet. It's we could go on and on about that. But guys like you guys really traveled more than anybody does today. Went to all the big events, and I'm sure he did as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just thinking about that the other day about looking back at my travel schedule years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, there was not a big event that wasn't going on at some point, whether it was a horse race or a golf tournament or a Final Four or a football game or pro or college or the NBA or even ice hockey. People who were columnists, they were sort of like the anchor men of the sports page in television today. And they were the voice for their readership.
Yeah, and you didn't miss these things. It's not bragging when we say that Buddy Martin was at
Lake
literally
Placid,
just about
the Miracle
all
on
the
Ice.
biggest events that happened for an entire generation. This guy saw it before his eyes. It's not bragging even to say that. It's just the way the business was when you were that good.
Yeah. Hey, here's the thing. This is how bad it's gotten today. I read an article 2 days ago, and I wonder if we were ever going to bring this up, and it's perfect to do now. I read an article 2 days ago from the Daily Mail, which is a British internet site. There's a guy that works for the Daily Mail.
It's actually a newspaper.
But it's their website.
Right.
There's a guy that works for their website. He is the premier reporter on the English Premier League for them. He writes more of the columns on the English Premier League. He never attends a game. He watches them all on televisions in his house and reports on them that way for the Daily Mail and is their top guy.
Well,
and he does it all from watching it in HD TV.
Well, that's kind of my point,
Well, I'll tell you the truth. About 25 years ago, I was on a program for the Associated Press Sports Editors spring meeting in which I talked about, are we going to see the day where we don't go to the games anymore? And can we cover the games without being there? And you know what? We're reaching close to that time because you go to cover a game now, you don't get any quality time with the athletes or coaches. It's just all fed to you. And you can't even see the game as well as you can see it at home on your television set. And the guy sitting at home on TV knows more than we know in the press box.
Yes.
So you almost gotten to that point now, except for one thing. You're getting all your information secondhand.
Well,
and when you're covering the game, you get your own stuff,
and
if you can get it. But
that's the thing with SIDs and all now. It's very hard to even get in there to get the access to ask your questions. You have to get the answers to the questions they want to give you the answers
Things
to.
are tighter, and they don't allow as much stuff out. And anything you do sitting on your couch via the internet is just about the stats you can get when you're sitting in the press box, if not more.
I just want to say this, and I'm not going to – I think there's some really fine writing going on out there on some of the websites, and I enjoy reading some of it. If I ever get to the point where I measure the success of what I'm doing as a writer by the number of hits I get, I hope you guys take me out and shoot me, okay? Because it's not about that.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled when 2,000 people read my article, whatever, that's great. But I want to be judged by people who read that and say, yeah, that was right on. Or, what's he talking about? Is he crazy? Or, I didn't see it that way. That's what I want to see. And I don't wonder how much people really care about reading that kind of stuff. Or can they be fooled by some kind of off the top of your head blogger who really didn't know what they were talking about and basically ripped off somebody else's material and just rewrote it and made it sound like they're, I don't know.
That was the beauty of columns and newspapers when I was, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. They were conversation starters. You say, did you read Bisher's column today? And then you'd say, well, here's what bit. Everybody read it. So, yeah, we read it. Well, let me tell you why he's an idiot, or let me tell you why he's perfectly right. And it would be a conversation starter. You don't have that anymore.
Well, and a good columnist is fine with that. A good columnist
That's what he wants,
is fine
or
with
she wants.
you either saying, "Wow, that was absolutely amazing. I love the
Or
your
what
point,"
is that
or,
idiot writing?
You've got to be kidding me. You know, if you don't get a reaction at all, that's when you should be worried.
That's the worst thing that happens to you, is that you don't any kind of reaction. And the other thing is that you want to be able to walk among your readers and get responses, and if they want to call you a name, that's fine.
Right.
But you're writing for an AWOL audience out there on the internet, except for people who write you a nasty note or something. You don't really know the people who are your readers. You don't know them. They're just some.
You know, though, I will tell you this, though. The way you get comments on the internet and all, if we could have recorded some of our comments we had over Furman Bisher's columns back in the day and sent them to Furman Bisher, he'd have been just upset with what we were saying as you are about internet trolls that say things about people's columns, too.
I miss the after hours conversations with the sports writing fraternity when those were the best times.
One of the best times I've experienced in the 5 years of doing this job was at the SEC Championship game, my first experience at the SEC Championship game last year, when I was standing with two writers from Jacksonville, Florida Times Union, Gary Smits and I forget the other, Gene Fournette. The three of us with an adult beverage talking sports and about how it's changed and everything, and getting the perspective of three guys that are in this medium now, two guys that are a lot more accomplished than me, but the conversation afterwards, exactly what you're talking about. That was, to me, one of the best events of that weekend.
Tom James, you had a few of those moments. You used to be a writer and covered sports in Ocala and hung out. What's the best story you ever wrote in the Ocala Star-Banner?
Oh, in the Ocala Star-Banner, that was a time when I was young and still in college. But I'd have to say that the thing that I look back that I was most proud of was as golf columnist at the Banner. I did a 2-part series on the history of golf in Ocala and Marion County, and still got it in a frame now because it was something I did a lot of research on. I did a lot of interviews. I spent an incredible amount of time researching it and writing it, and it was a labor of love. So that was really something.
Henry Ann Camp, who said some of those names might have been.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I mean, what'd you do? You went Henry Ann Camp, Bo Williams, Oswald, Jim Yancey, mic drop.
Jim Folks was way precede all those guys.
Yeah, well, Jack Linder and names and some people that aren't with us anymore. Rudy Johnson and
There you go. We'll take a break, come back here, wrap this thing up right here on Buddy Sports Base.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA.
The Source.
The following is a message from the Bud Light Party.
The Bud Light Party tackles the issues other candidates won't dare touch, like doors. They push, they pull, they even slide. Why can't doors make up their minds? Is that really who you want in charge of keeping people out of your home? The Bud Light Party has an open door policy, so come on in, America, and enjoy an ice cold Bud Light. This message approved by the Bud Light Party. Raise one to right now. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, AB, St. Louis, Missouri.
Stay with us and sleep better at the Sleep Inn and Suites of Ocala Bellevue, located next door to Don Garlett's Museum and a few minutes from Florida Horse Park. Our award-winning, newly refreshed Sleep Inn and Suites offers comfy, clean rooms, free fast Wi-Fi, and service with a smile. Start your day with a deluxe hot breakfast and unwind in our heated outdoor pool. Our convenient 24-hour fitness and business centers allow you to stay on track whether you're here to play or to work. That's Sleep Inn and Suites Ocala Bellevue, proud sponsor of Marion County High School football.
From beautiful townhomes to equestrian estates, Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club provides the perfect haven of elegance for any homeowner. Not to mention our championship golf course, award-winning tennis program, state-of-the-art spa, and new luxury equestrian suite. We offer an array of membership options to suit a variety of lifestyles. Call 352-369-6969 today for more information about our latest real estate offerings.
If you missed the Voice of Ocala recently, you missed Coffee with the Mayor, where Ocala Mayor Kent Gwynn talked about the downtown parking garage.
Parking garages, that'll be up, they told me, the end of this month. But they'll frame it out and have everything, all the pieces of the puzzle put together, so to speak. And then they'll start wiring it, plumbing, and this, that, and the other, putting the elevator in there. But yeah, I mean, things are moving along.
Be sure to listen to the Voice of Ocala weekday afternoons on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
On the next day of Ocala Live, Minister Bob Imai is coming on. He serves as a minister of happy science. He's going to tell us how to think big.
James Andrew Miller will be speaking about his new book, Powerhouse.
And then Laura Burns from Career Source Citrus Levy Marion giving us some information about some job opportunities right here in Ocala.
Russell Matzinger will be in the studio speaking about his candidacy for Marion County Commission District 5.
And then Carl Brookins will be on. He's written a book called The Inside Passage. All of that plus fun with Joe on the next day of Ocala Live.
There's a car accident in this country every 5 seconds. That's why Allstate thinks it's time for an entirely different kind of car insurance, with features like accident forgiveness and a safe driving bonus. It's called Your Choice Auto, and it's only from Allstate. Are you in good hands?
You deserve better. Sign up for Your Choice Auto from Allstate. Call the McDonald Agency today at 622-2333.
Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Insurance, Northbrook, Illinois.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
If you want to avoid getting ripped off and put more money in your pocket, then join me, Clark Howard, every weeknight at 6, right here on WOCA The Source.
1370 WOCA.
Before we get to this final conversation, I want to thank our guest, Ira Bethea. Yeah, it's I-R-E, Irie Bethea. Doing a great job with the community gardens. And of course, David Moulton and, of course, Tom James here. I want to get this in. We're talking about announcers during the break. We should have recorded that. Good conversation.
That was actually a pretty good conversation.
Our favorite announcers and this, that, and the other different people.
I hear a round table coming.
Names like Chris Schenkel,
Kurt
Keith Jackson. Kurt Galley didn't do any Southern football, but Kurt Galley was he was a great announcer and all that, done his own right. He did all the big events. I mean, Musburger did all the big events too.
Larry Munson was huge in the South.
Well, he was big, but he was a genre that was not. It was just in that Georgia SEC mold. He was not a national figure.
No.
Well, Deckerhoff obviously as well.
Deckerhoff is a guy who's probably underrated, considering his longevity and what he does every weekend, doing a double on FSU in Tampa Bay. So he's an interesting guy.
Great life.
We'll talk about this maybe not this week, a week after, about some of our favorite announcers and the voices of college football, particularly college football in the South, which I think is unlike any place else.
Nate Hirsch, I'm sure y'all are both familiar with that
I
name.
don't know Nate Hirsch at all.
You don't know who Nate Hirsch is?
No, I don't.
He was the voice of Georgia Southern football in the 80s and 90s. Kidding me?
How would I have known?
And by the way, I love Eli Gold at times, too.
I love Eli Gold.
You make sure he gets his name in there a lot.
Wait, not only can Eli do football, but he's a hell of a NASCAR announcer as well. He does NASCAR races really well.
We're going to have John Adams on from Knoxville. We're going to talk about Tennessee football announcers. They got have had a few up there too. Touchdown, Tennessee. That's one of the great calls. Some of the great calls that you've heard in college football. I want to go back and get the guy who called the Billy Cannon run. By the way, the engineer lost part of it.
Right, yeah. We had that story on Southern Pigskin earlier this summer.
Yeah. And by the way, I loved coming back from the football game at Saturday in Gainesville, turning on my radio and hearing WWL in New Orleans and a night game with LSU. And just that's the moments I remember about college. So that's great. What a great game it is. And it's been a great day, great program. Appreciate it very much. You listening, and thanks to Tom Schmitz and Tom James and our team. And tomorrow, more coming your way right here at the same time, same station. 70 a.m. 19. We have a WOCA. I'm Buddy Martin. Good night, everybody. Hi, Buddy Martin here. Griner's Clothing for Men has been serving Ocala for 54 years. I've been buying clothes there since Augie Griner first opened. Owner David DeSantis is still dedicated to delivering the highest quality in men's clothing with the highest standards of customer service. Go by and see Griner's drop in at 405 East Silver Spring Boulevard in Ocala and tell David you want the same kind of great service that Buddy Martin gets. Griner's Clothing for Men, an Ocala tradition since 1962, proud sponsor of Countdown to Kickoff.
Have you been diagnosed with BPH or an enlarged prostate gland? Are you tired of getting up at night to visit the bathroom? You may be eligible for the Equinox study, a clinical research study of an investigational drug to reduce the number of times you wake up to urinate at night, a condition known as nocturia. To qualify, you must be male, be at least 18 years of age, have been diagnosed with BPH, have been bothered by nocturia for at least 1 year, and meet additional study requirements. Qualified participants will receive all study medication and study-related care from a dedicated team of medical staff at no cost. Health insurance is not required to participate. Again, the Equinox study is for males, ages 18 and older, who are diagnosed with BPH and have been bothered by nocturia for at least 1 year. To find out more and to see if you qualify, please call 1-352-234-8436. That's 1-352-234-8436.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Fellow Marion County citizens, on August 30th, you have the chance to vote for Kerry Crawford, a humble and experienced professional for Marion County Sheriff. Crawford offers 36 years of distinguished law enforcement service, many of those years leading 350 sworn and non-sworn law enforcement professionals. Kerry Crawford doesn't talk about community commitment and leadership, he lives it. We've had enough of selfish leadership. It's time for sound decision-making and fiscal responsibility. It's time for Kerry Crawford, Sheriff of Marion County. He's ready.
Political advertisement paid for and approved by Kerry Crawford, Republican for Marion County Sheriff.
Kevin Costner and Modern West take Ocala by storm when they hit the Circle Square Cultural Center stage on Saturday, August 27th. That's right, see award-winning actor and singer-songwriter Kevin Costner up close and personal at the Circle Square Cultural Center. Kevin Costner and Modern West perform a rocking blend of original and famous music. Tickets on sale now. Visit csculturalcenter.com. That's csculturalcenter.com. Or call 352-854-3670.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson with Verizon. Do you have teenage drivers or elderly parents that drive? I have what you need. It's the new Hum device by Verizon. Plugs directly into your car and sends alerts to your cell phone on the location, speed, and driving habits. And you set boundary alerts. You can call and speak live with an ASC certified mechanic. And if you have an accident and can't respond, Hum will automatically send for help. All this and more for just $10 a month. And if you're in Marion County, I'll even deliver and set it up for free. Call me 352-528-0020.
It's rodeo time in Ocala. The 34th annual Ocala Shrine Pro Rodeo returns to the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion September 2nd and 3rd. 7:30 nightly, cowboys ride to help children walk with all the major events of pro rodeo. Get your tickets now for broncs, bulls, and babes, cowboys, cowgirls, and you. September 2nd and 3rd, the Ocala Shrine Pro Rodeo. Don't miss it.
WWOCA